everyone, and welcome to the Jade Marrisa podcast. I'm here with Alex Cabagnot. He is a basketball player in the Philippines for San Miguel Beermen. How you
Hi,
doing?
Jay. How are you? Thank you for having me on your podcast.
Thank you too. This is fun. But like
Yeah,
I
I know.
said, my
I'm
first,
your first, right? I'm your
yeah,
first.
my first international online
Zoom.
Zoom. Yeah.
I
So
like it.
let's see how it
Okay, we
goes.
got to make this a good one.
I know. So first, tell us a little bit about yourself. I mean, like I just said, you're a basketball player in the Philippines. Um, were you born in the Philippines? Did you grow up
Okay.
there? Yeah.
Well, I actually was born in the Philippines. We migrated when I was 7 to LA, and I've lived there ever since. I went to high school, elementary school, high school, middle school, college. And after college, I went to school, University of Hawaii Hilo. It's on the Big Island. It's not the big University of Hawaii. It's on the Big Island. It's a smaller school, University of Hawaii at Hilo. Go Vulcans! And and after that, after graduating in 2005, I actually I tried out for some teams. I had an agent, and he wanted me to bring me to like Denmark, to third division Germany. And then I told him, I was like, hey, I'm Filipino. I have a Filipino passport. He was like, it's a no-brainer. Why don't you just go to the Philippines? Why am I trying to get these
Wow.
Germany and Denmark and all these other leagues where the competition to get into was so difficult because obviously when you go as an import to other countries, you're not considered as a local. You're considered as an import. So there's only like one slot with like 20 guys
Wow.
trying out for that slot. So when he knew I was Filipino and I had a Filipino passport, it was just a quicker process. I went to the Philippines, and 15 years later, I'm still here.
Wow, 15 years.
I know. If you
Yeah.
count this year, do we count this year? Because it's COVID. So if we don't,
This year, I think everyone should just cancel this year for
yeah,
sure.
this year doesn't count. This is like the blimp year in and the end game,
Yeah.
Avengers.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I
um,
know, right?
so at that
Crazy.
time, you were in college, you were playing basketball for college?
Yeah,
Or when he
playing
was
basketball.
scouting you? Or when you came?
Uh, Well, actually, they were. The Philippines weren't scouting anybody. I think you just have to get your proper documentation to play, just like in Thailand. They have the TBL there, I think,
Yeah.
right? So if you're Thailand American or Thai American, and you have your citizenship still, you're a dual citizen, you could play in the TBL. You could play in the TBL, not as an import, but as a local. Which, if you're a local and they pay you as such, your contracts are longer. You play throughout the year. But if you're an import, which a lot of people know this, all divisions all over the world, you're only going to play for that 6 weeks, that little gap right there, because you're literally just there. And then there's another league, and there's another league that you can't play in.
Oh,
So
really? So it's just league by league if you're an import?
yeah, if you're it's a league by league and it's pretty cutthroat in any country. You go there and if you're not good enough the next day you're gone. But as a local, as myself, you're a little stability. There's not I mean I'm not gonna say it's more stability than the import, but so they'll give you a 36-month contract guaranteed, 24 months, so on and so on.
Mm-hmm.
And from then on you could just make a living out of it.
Nice. And what teams have you played for?
I played for a lot of teams
Oh, you
the
have?
last 15. Yeah, so I've played for Santa Lucia. They're not in the PBA anymore. That just shows how old I
Oh,
am.
wow.
Yeah, and they actually was just like, okay, this is it. This is our last year and we're done. I played for Burger King. They're not in the PBA anymore. Also, yeah, this is like the last 2 decades ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I played for it's so long ago. I already forgot.
And how about San Miguel? Like, how long have you been playing for them?
I've been playing for San Miguel for the last 11.
Oh, wow. Okay. So they're the
So
main.
it was those teams actually was like a stop off point, and it just so happened that I got into San Miguel, and they just continued to have me. But I could have easily been with more teams. I could have easily been with more teams, but it's just it's a blessing that God just put me in this great position with this great organization.
That's awesome. And you play? Was it the Sea Games recently, like last year?
Sea games? No, actually, I was coaching for the 3-on-3 Sea Games. So there was a 5-on-5 where obviously, and then there's another event, the first event, and I was coaching on that, and we got gold medal.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah, the 3-on-3 it was something I'm trying to do in the future, coach. So having that into the resume and just you know participating in the Sea Games, coaching in the Sea Games. I would have loved to play, but I'm too old now. I'm too old. There's some new guys there's some new blood, so I just did the coaching round.
But that's good if you want to do that anyway. And hey, you got gold.
Yeah, exactly. I got some hardware out of it. So,
oh, no, that's cool. That's great. And you've traveled around Asia. Have you traveled around the world playing basketball, or mostly just Asia?
No, actually, we went to Iran. I was part of the national team before Sea Games. So that was to compete for the world championships. So we actually the Philippines had a group of guys, and I was part of that group, that pool, and we went to Iran. We went to a bunch of places in Asia, and it was a great experience. I got to play Qatar, Iran, Kazakhstan, and who was that last team? Yeah, those teams. Yeah, so it was just like a rotating thing.
Are they good? Like
those teams were good.
Arabic state countries.
Yeah, that part of Asia is really good actually. Jordan's really good. Iran's really good. Qatar's good, and then we go up to the Eastern Asia, which is like Korea is really good. Japan's good.
China is definitely good. Yeah.
Yeah, so we just go so on and so on. So it's a great ride. It's been a great ride so far. I'm enjoying where this basketball thing is taking. I'm not complaining.
Yeah, I know. You love basketball.
Your podcast. It got me on your podcast.
It gets you way further than that, though. I mean, come on. What was I going to say? So how's your lifestyle been? Like when you're a basketball player, what is the day in the life of Alex Cabagnot?
Day in the life of Alex Cabagnot. Well, obviously every morning is just practice. So you get up. I'm a morning person. I became a morning person throughout the years. I used to want to sleep in, but the last, I think 6-7 years, I've been trying to be a morning person. I try to get the workout in. So we have practice at 9, but I try to get it another workout. So like a weight session.
Before practice?
Before practice. So
Damn.
I get it in at 6 a.m. or 6:30. And when I get to practice, it's from 9 to 11:30, 12. And I got the whole day to myself. Usually I'm in the later part of my career, so I'm more on golfing. If I'm not golfing, I'm usually teaching a class or teaching the younger. I actually coach for University of the Philippines on the men's basketball team.
Oh, nice.
I'm one of the assistant coaches there. So if I have time, I'll do that. I've touched upon some commentating.
Oh, really? That's fun.
The semi-pro leagues, the leagues that are under the PBA. So I've done a lot of courtside commentating. So I try to fill it up as much as possible. It's my passion, so I just want to stay in the game or at the moment.
Definitely. How do you like commentating?
I don't want to get too far ahead.
How do you like the commentating?
It's good. It was really. At first, I was kind of like trying to feel it out. But one thing I think they liked about me was I could go on with some English and then I could go straight into Tagalog right off the bat. So they want that little mix. And I think that's what they enjoyed about me is just like having that mix and then playing in the league for so long, playing in the basketball scene for so long, and putting that all in the mix. But I give those guys credit. It's a tough gig. You have to do your research. You have to be involved. You can't just go in there and not know who the players are.
Yeah.
And You can't just be out there stuttering either. You have to be in. You have to be on your. You know, you not dot your I's and cross your T's because you're not just gonna go in there blindsided and just make a fool of yourself. So, especially on national TV. You know.
That's true. Even in Muay Thai, in the fight world, you'll see like you have some commentators and they really don't know what they're talking about, and they'll just be like, "Oh, that was a nice punch or kick." It's just like, okay, like, can we get a little bit more than that?
What kind of punch was it? Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Was it a roundhouse or? I wouldn't.
Yeah, but still, like even if I was commentating basketball, right? Oh, like that was a nice shot with the ball.
And it was all like crickets, and then everybody's just like, "Oh, so we're gonna go to commercial right now."
I know, right? What about highlights of your career?
Highlights of my career. I'm proud to say that I played on the national team. That's one thing that I always wanted to don the colors of the Philippines and represent the country, and just be an ambassador of the country in that way. I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna put more into that, but because there are a lot of ambassadors that firefighters, people that are in the army. I don't want to take any credit from them.
In your craft.
In my craft, it's just something that I wanted to do. I've won. I'm blessed to say that I've been a part of 9 championship teams. So
it's really good.
It's something, especially in a team sport. I mean, you're talking about Muay Thai. That's all like you and probably some part of your coaching, your staff. But in the end, you're just in that, in the ring or in the octagon, or you're just in there by yourself.
Yeah.
Outwilling somebody else. Like you're going. She's trying to take your will. You're trying to take their will. So it's just you guys one-on-one. But at a team sport, it's kind of, everybody. You kind of have to be part of a great organization, a great group of guys, and that's difficult. That's difficult in itself to find, 9 guys that want to play with each other, that want to share the ball.
But it's good at the same time because, like, you can create the energy together. You can hype each other up. Like when one person is down, you got to help that person. You all work together as a team. Whereas in Muay Thai, it's a lonely sport. It's a very lonely sport.
It's a lonely sport, but some people want to do it themselves.
Yeah.
Some people, they're like, hey, I'm self-motivated. I don't need any other motivation. My motivation is to knock her out. Mm-hmm. There's no other motivation. But, when you're dealing with like 12 different personalities, it's such a blessing for everybody to have one goal, to understand their role, to compartmentalize themselves with the team.
Mm-hmm.
Some guys, I hate to say it, and not just guys, everybody wants to be the star, Everybody wants to have the shine. That's why at that sport, Muay Thai, you want to be the best. You better train because there's nobody else going to get that shine. I mean, obviously your trainers, your team gets it also, but predominantly it's going to be you. You trained, you ran, you did all that, and it goes to you. But with basketball, it's so difficult because, I mean, I'm not saying it's just so different.
It's so different.
It's team sport because you could be doing your thing, you could be killing yourself, but some like 4 other guys have different motives.
Yeah.
And once that clash, you could 100% train, but if you guys aren't mentally in sync with each other in one common goal, you're dead. It doesn't go that far. But not taking. I mean, boxing, Muay Thai, all those solidarity sports. Kudos, because
it's tough.
It's just you. There's nobody else to blame but you.
That's true. That's true.
You lose, you didn't do too. If you are in the last round of the fight and you have no more air, there's nobody to blame but you. You didn't run that 5 miles that you were supposed to. You didn't eat what you need to eat. It's all like predicated on your everything, and that's why I have to give solidarity sports. Like, I mean, I couldn't do it. It's so hard. I'm actually trying to get into triathlon right now.
Really?
And I mean, that's the like latter half of my day. Sometimes I'll do a cycling, or I actually do it in the morning, like 6 a.m. cycling class, or I'll do like a weight training or conditioning. It's tough.
And it's swimming.
It's swimming. I'm not the best swimmer, so I have to find time. Really, in the end of my day, like
Oh
around
wow.
8 to 10 or 6 to 8, when there's not a lot of people at the pool, and just get your laps in. And some days I don't want to do it. Actually, 95% of the days I don't want to do it. The only reason why I do it is I don't want to look dumb out there.
Oh, so you actually intend to compete in a triathlon?
I am going to try to compete in like a sprint, and it's just
That's
and
cool.
I just want to be in the podium, and at the rate I'm going, I'm not making that podium.
Yeah, but right now, considering the situation, I mean, you can't really do that much. So
Exactly.
Oh, that's cool though. That's fun. That's a new challenge.
That's definitely a new challenge. I always want to try to challenge myself. In one, I just want to do something extreme. And swimming is extreme for me.
Right.
Swimming in itself, just having a beer and swimming is hard enough.
What did you just say?
Like, you know how like you're in the pool and then you're just gonna swim? That's hard enough as it is. Like, but when you're like actually swimming in open water,
Yeah.
and there's another person trying to go beat you, and then you look to your left and another person's trying to beat you, you're just like, man, this is even harder. You know, so yeah, I couldn't. Swimming in the pool is hard, but open water is even harder.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. And is triathlons popular in the Philippines?
It is. There's a nice little wave of it. I mean, people. There's a few groups that I'm in that I just just join and just tag along with.
That's
They
cool.
understand that I'm actually doing the whole basketball thing, so they're kind of like, so I kind of feel bad, like riding with them or swimming with them because they know I play basketball and they see me on TV and they're just like, okay, cool, let's just take a day. Alex is barely with us, so we won't train as hard.
Oh.
I'm training hard.
Yeah.
I'm training hard, but they're looking at me like, okay, yeah, sure. But they're just there just to just guide.
They do that every day, and it's their endurance. It's just like that's what they do. So I mean, same thing. If they was to go and play basketball with you, you'd be like, it's okay.
Yeah, like but and I'm breathing crazy. I just can't, and they're just like, okay, it's okay, keep going. Instead of working on their craft, I guess they do it every day, but sometimes I feel bad, so I kind of like want to improve myself too.
That's fun. That's cool. No, it's definitely good to do something different. Because I mean, like, yeah, I mean, of course, you're passionate about basketball, but if you do the same thing every day, sometimes you're like, wow, like you do want to change. You do want something to just like excite your life a little bit more. So yeah, I understand that. Like I was doing salsa and bachata like a couple of years ago.
How's that?
I love it. I love it. Until like I had to have back surgery, right? So then I had to stop. And now COVID, but like I'm hoping to get back into it. I loved it. Salsa, bachata.
Funny story, there's like this place over here. After games, we go eat at this one place, and then upstairs is a salsa joint. We won the championship, and we were there, and we were killing time. We go to this salsa spot, and none of us know how to do it. But the older like women, because they do it for.
They're old. A lot of the people who do it are really good or old. Yeah.
And they just grabbed us, and they were salsaing, and we were just like, "How do we do it?" They were like, "Come on, move your hips." And they were like, "You're supposed to know how to move your hips," and we were just like lost in translation. We were just like, "We need to practice." They were like, "Yeah, come back tomorrow. We'll do like a 10-minute practice."
That's so cute.
Like, sure.
That's so cute. Yeah, it's true though. Yeah, a lot of the pros here are also when I go to like they call them social dances. It's just like when I have like a salsa night, it's mostly like old men. So I'm always like dancing with old men. I feel like it's my they're really good. It's like it's my part towards like the community. Dance with old men. I'm doing my part. They're enjoying their night. But sometimes like maybe some of the younger ones when I dance with them, when you do a wrong move, they'll be like. And they'll make a face. And
oh yeah. I can't dance with any younger. I need to dance with like the older aunties. I can't dance with like the younger girls because they're too like, oh, you're wasting my time. The older aunties are like, okay, it's okay, you can move. Right? I'm just like, okay, I feel good. I'm learning here.
Yeah.
The younger ones, they're just like
they have no patience. They're just there to like rock it and that's it. So yeah. I mean, I understand
that. Like just stand to the side, get a beer. Stand it to the side.
Oh,
Get out the dance floor, please.
that's funny. So, did your team have big plans for this year? I mean, of course, you had to cancel the whole league, or how is it?
Well, I mean, we were trying to go for our sixth straight all Filipino championship.
Wow,
So we won 5 years in a row.
amazing.
Every time the all Filipino comes around, we're fortunate enough. God blessed us enough to win 5 in a row since 2015. So we won 5 in a row. So we were going for our sixth. And we played one game this year, March 7th. And on the 15th of March, boom, lockdown. The PBA officials and the organization, they're actually trying to start the league up again. But, I'm mixed emotions with that. We're dealing with a lot of, obviously basketball is a contact sport. We don't have the vaccine. We don't have the spaces in the hospitals as much as I would want to say we do. But once this opens up, we're still in a pandemic.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, like they're trying to start football or soccer in England, and then the same thing. They're having some issues.
I think they did, right? I think they had it in the Premier League.
Yeah, so they started it with no audience at all, no spectators. But yeah, I don't know. It seems to be okay. But then some of the players, they're a little bit worried. Like they have children at home and families, so they don't want to go and play a game and obviously like catch something. So yeah, everyone's again like they have anxiety. Everyone's a little bit nervous at the moment. But
well, then again, the Premier League is a multi-billion-dollar organization.
Mm-hmm.
They have all the facilities readily available. They have everything that you could think about.
And then football's outdoors as well. So I don't know.
So outdoors, and when you have all the money in the world, you could do anything pretty much. You could have standby stuff. You could. Sadly to say, I mean, obviously we want to be at that level. Our organization wants to be at that level. We want to get that same revenue as what the Premier League has. Everybody wants to have that same revenue. Every league in the world wants to have that same revenue, not just us. Even the NBA probably wants to have that same revenue, but sadly to say, we don't. And we have to take a look. We have to take a step back and be in our environment, what our capabilities are. Mm-hmm. So I guess they're going to all take into that consideration. But you're right, though. I mean, as a player going into it, you have family, you have your mom, you have your dad, you have people just have more people. It's just not you.
Yeah.
It's not you. You go home to your community, and you don't want to be
spreading it.
Spreading it. You don't want to be that person. You don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be that guy.
And the NBA, like obviously they've stopped all the sports in the States as well. Like, are you guys following what they will do, or are you just trying to figure it out by yourself?
Again, like we would love to have that same revenue of the NBA. We would love to, and so is all the other leagues, the whole world.
But in terms of starting playing again after COVID,
in terms of facilities, in terms of just having the capabilities, having the same amount of beds, having all these precautions, and they want to. I think they want to propose like some type of that idea, but I guess everybody has to take a look at the reality of things. Reality of where you are, what your capabilities are, and the situation. And, everything's going to come into fruition with that. But obviously they want to play. Obviously there's jobs at stake. There's jobs at stake. There's stockholds at stake. The economic standpoint of it. But, we'll have to cross that bridge when it gets there.
Yeah, like I think in Thailand they're going to be starting having fights soon. I think so, because they're going to open up everything June 1st. Open up everything.
Everything. No more quarantine.
Apart from flights, we're going to get international flights in July, I think. But in terms of businesses, I think June. Muay Thai stadiums, I'm not sure, because it was one Muay Thai stadium which which spread a lot of the virus basically in one
Oh,
night.
really?
Yeah, one event. They had one event at Lumpini Stadium, and a lot of people caught it there, and it was like one of the most packed
Okay.
nights ever. It was really a busy night, so that's kind of created a bad image on Muay Thai. So it's had a big
Okay.
impact, and a lot of
So
Muay Thai.
how is this affecting the whole Muay Thai thing? I know Muay Thai is a contact sport. I mean, not
Yeah,
just with the whole fight in itself, the training is contact. You know,
right.
it's hands on. I went there one time. It was just very like everybody's just right there.
It's just
It,
sweat everywhere.
yeah, it's just sweat everywhere. And you got to. If you're not sweating, you're gonna
You're not working hard
hate your,
enough.
yeah, you're not working hard enough. You're gonna hate yourself in those later rounds, and you're gonna pay for it. So you want to sweat. You want to get that extra,
Yeah.
extra gear in. And when you get that extra gear in, you kind of don't. You kind of, when people are sweating and working out, you kind of just sprawl out where you're at because you're so tired.
Yeah,
You
that's
push
true. You
yourself
don't
to
really think
exhaustion.
about it so much. That's true.
You don't really think about it. So
Mm.
how's that panning out over there?
Well, I mean, all the gyms have been closed, right, since early March. A lot of the fighters have gone home to the countryside because usually they're from the countryside, so they've gone home and I don't know, probably not training. Some of them have turned into like delivery guys within Bangkok,
Okay.
like food delivery
Okay.
people and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know. I think it will have a big effect on Muay Thai. They're not making any income because fighting is their income, and if they're not fighting, then what can they do? So they're trying to do anything else. But
Exactly.
yeah, I don't know. It's a bit tough for them. We'll see. I think it's going to affect Muay Thai quite hard. Yeah, for a while.
It's kind of a balance that you can't you provide by certain you're going to provide by fighting, but you can't fight because there's COVID. But you kind of have to find that little balance. I don't know where I stand actually with that because the same thing with basketball and the sports here. People need to provide for their family, but
Exactly.
the way they provide will cause contamination and
Yeah.
the spread of COVID.
Does the government there offer any funding to people or to like the poorer communities or anything like that?
They do. They're doing
They
a great job with that.
Wow.
They're giving assistance in your old local government, your address and all that stuff. So they're doing their best.
That's
It's
good.
it's a tough decision where they're at. The people making decisions right now. You're damned if you do, if you're damned if you don't.
Yeah.
And they're voted. Everybody in that position that they're in, they were voted by the people. So the people has to just trust what they gotta say. I mean, you voted them at that spot. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like it was a major vote for each and every one of these local government officials to be where they're at the moment. So you might as well you have to trust them and making the right decision.
That's amazing that they're actually like they're helping the communities. In Thailand, it's like they said so, and only some people were able to get that help. A lot of people didn't.
A lot of people didn't.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't.
I'm pretty sure there's a little bit here and there with that.
Mhm.
It's right now everything's delicate. Everything's complex in a delicate manner. Everything has red tape. So I'm pretty sure it's not 100% that everybody's getting it, but for the most part, some people are getting it. But like I said, you can you can give a man fish and he could eat for a couple days, but if you teach him how to, fish itself,
Yeah.
you can give people all this money at all time, but the longer we go at this, they need to have a living because
It's too hard on the government to be giving out that for so
exactly.
long. Yeah.
So like they'll probably give even Trump. I think Trump is giving a couple thousands here and there, but
Yeah.
you still got to work. You still got to work. These are just supplement things and if you don't work, you're just postponing the inevitable.
Right. But I mean, with all the
So-
businesses closing, or many of them, like it's hard to find work, right? A lot of unemployment.
Exactly.
And like, do you have a lot of food deliveries and stuff like that over there?
There's there's thing called Grab. There's
Oh, we
lot
have
of
Grab.
business-
Okay, so yeah, great.
So local businesses are actually there's another thing. The brand new thing is called Mr. Speedy. He does it too. Lala Move is on the
Oh,
move.
very
But
nice.
by June 1st, they're opening it up a
Mhm.
little bit more.
Mhm.
It's going to be general quarantine. So I don't know how that works. I got tested. I was negative, so I'm just gonna stay away from people for a long time.
Yeah, no, that's probably best. And you're wearing the mask and stuff.
I'm wearing the mask.
Yeah.
I'm disinfecting the. When I get something delivered,
Yeah.
I'm like spray, 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 spray. Don't want to take no chances. I'm
That's
sorry.
so funny. I was like that at the beginning, and now I've kind of eased off. But then in Thailand, the numbers are so low, so I don't know. Like, I'm not as worried anymore. Yeah.
Exactly.
I forgot my second. What was I gonna say? In the Philippines, I don't know. I forgot. It will come back to me. It will come back to me. But have you?
How many episodes have you had? How many podcast episodes?
33.
Because I remember you telling me this when the neophyte stages where you were just trying to get your equipment, you were just going to start up.
Oh, it's been like a year. It's been actually like just over a year now. Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to stop, but then people message me here and there and like asking when my next one is. So I'm like, oh, I guess I'll have to keep on going.
Keep on going. It's informative, and it's pretty hip. I like it. It's nice, and it keeps people on their toes. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Congratulations also.
Is there anything else over there that you want to mention? You want to talk about?
Anything over here that I want to mention? Talk about. I'm pretty sure I'm going to repost this when you put this up. I'm going to repost it, so all the viewers that are watching, all the people that are stuck in quarantine, we're just going to keep continuing to stay indoors, stay home, stay safe.
Yeah.
Try not to be that person. Try not to be that person that's going to contaminate.
Are you allowed to go out to places?
We are allowed to go out. But here, that's the thing. When you see the numbers, it doesn't affect you till it actually affects you.
Yeah.
Right. When you see like the death toll, and you see the people that have it, you think like it's just a number. It's just like going to the casino.
Right.
You get chips, and you don't know the amount of chips because it doesn't look like money, right? It doesn't look like actual money, but when it hits like a few degrees away from you,
yeah,
like when it hits like a cousin of a cousin or a friend.
Do you know anyone personally who has it? Oh, you do.
I actually do, and rest in peace to the people that passed away. And I have a lot of friends in LA that are frontliners. The Asian community over there, I'm just going to give them a lot of love right now because they're fighting the war. They're right in front of COVID. It could easily be them. I always pray for them, and I pray for all the frontliners that they're doing the hard job. They're doing all the hard job, the hard things that I wouldn't be caught doing. So I give them much credit and much love.
Definitely.
So I couldn't see myself doing it, and they're doing it. So I give them all the credit, all the love. Before, after, I always had respect for nurses and in the medical field.
But even now, it's like crazy.
Now it's just like times 100.
Yeah.
Times 100 now.
Do you have curfew there?
We do. We can't leave at 8 p.m.
8?
Yeah.
Wow.
They're going to change that actually. On June 1st, they're going to change it to 10 p.m.
Okay. Ours has been 10 p.m. I think they're going to change it to... Oh, wait. They changed it to 11 now? Yeah, they changed it to 11. And they said they're going to ease up on that, so maybe it's 12. But
wow. You guys get 12?
Yeah.
You know what?
Go wild.
Do it. Sometimes I'm just out and about, like in the parking lot, just, oh, man.
Wow.
I'm out. But
yeah.
Then, you just got to stay home, stay safe.
Are you keeping fit whilst you're home?
Here. What was that?
Are you keeping fit whilst you're at home?
I'm keeping fit. I'm doing some stuff here and there, but, they say keeping your immune system, boosting up your immune system keeps you away or keeps you further away from COVID.
Oh, definitely. And vitamin D. You need to get out in the sun, actually. Yeah, it's important.
Exactly, which is... yeah, exactly.
It's ironic because it's telling everyone to lock down and stay home and not go out, but yet you do need the sun. You do
need the sun. The sun is... So I'm doing my workouts here and there. the jump rope. I'm wearing my jump rope out. That's the only thing I've been doing. Maybe the thing I've been doing, I've been increasing it. Like, first I did 20 minutes straight. Now I'm trying to get to 30 minutes straight.
Nice.
Yeah, so just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going.
And how about your teammates?
To be honest with you, like, I know they're through Instagram, through Facebook, they post their workouts. So I always see them working out there.
Oh, you should like video call each other and like motivate each other and work out at the same time. Let's try and do that. Yeah. No, all right, I'll not.
We should.
You should, but okay, you don't have to. I mean, team sports. Team sports.
Yeah, so the thing is, we tried doing that, and then we tried doing that one time, twice, and then the third time, we just started talking like this, and then we had a beer, and we were just,
That's a beerman for you. That's a San Miguel Beermen.
The first 2 days, we were like, okay, let's do this. Like, okay, lunges, let's go, 20. And the second day, okay, we're going to do another cycle or whatever. Mm-hmm. And the third day, it was like, I think it was me calling one of my good friends. And then I was just like, okay, are we going to work out? Give me another hour. Hold on. And then, Zoom is only 40 minutes if you don't upgrade. Mm-hmm. So by the time I had my second beer, they were just like, you know what? We'll just chalk this up as a mental break. We're just going to mentally focus right now.
Yeah.
We're going to just talk.
I mean, it's fun. At least you get to socialize with them and see they're all doing good as well. Yeah, everyone on your team, they're all healthy. They're all doing okay.
They're all healthy. Their family's healthy.
Great.
Some of them have kids. Some have others. So they're all healthy. Nobody's sick at the moment. Knock on wood that it stays that way. We're all worried about like how, like I said, on June 1st, it's going to be general quarantine. Everybody could leave.
Yeah.
I feel like it's counterproductive because we've been inside for so long.
Yeah.
Right? So we don't want to just go out. We want to go out gradually.
Yeah, that's the trouble because like when they decided to open the malls up here in Thailand, you saw photos like it was on the weekend and it was packed. Just so many people.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I can't wait to go to the mall. Mm-hmm. But I got to ease up a little bit and just chill. Right?
Definitely. Well, hopefully it gets better soon. I think it is, like in Asia and Southeast Asia, it's just not as bad as it is in the West. I think it's the weather, maybe the sunshine over here as well. So, thank God we have that going on. Yeah.
Thank God for vitamin D, and it's hot. So
it is hot.
When it's hot, you sweat it out. Hopefully, whatever you have, you sweat it out.
Mm-hmm. And they're taking your temperature everywhere that you go and doing the tracking. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They're doing all that, which is crazy.
It is
crazy. So it's been a weird 2020. What do you think?
It's been horrible. It's been crazy.
What's been going on? It's June already in a couple of days. Like, dude, what happened to we're already halfway through it.
So we started off the year in Thailand wearing masks because the pollution was so bad. And then we had to wear masks because of the virus going around. Yeah, it was PM 2.5 or something. It was so bad. Like, it was gray. It was just gray outside all the time. It was so bad. So, yeah, I already had masks from that.
Oh, so you already had it?
Yeah, I already had masks. Oh. And then they're like, okay, virus. I was like, well, good job,
It's literally been crazy. It's been crazy. Like, I can't think of a month in 2020 that nothing bad has happened.
Yeah, there isn't. And even now, like everyone in the States in Minnesota, they're all looting and rioting and all that.
I mean, you were in the States for a little bit. Did you feel some type of like, because, we have crossed different cultures, Thailand and the United States, Philippines and the United States, LA. Especially in LA, there's a lot of people. It's diverse in LA.
Yes.
Right? So did you feel some racism in LA or how were you? How was it for you?
You know what? Actually, I did. Because I was staying around Santa Monica. Okay. It's kind of like mostly white area and upper class. So, Yeah, I did feel it a little bit, but not so bad. Not so bad.
Not so bad.
Yeah.
But you felt it.
But
right?
I felt it. You feel a tension. You feel it. Like you, it's like you can touch it. There's a tension there.
There's something there.
There's something there. There's some racism there.
The vibe is like you're bringing in some type of racism here. Like, what's up?
Yeah, it's strange.
Like, let me social distance myself from you.
In England, I don't feel that. I never felt that in England. I think that people just see you as like an English person, even though it is so diverse as well. Yeah, but not as bad at all. But yeah, in the States, you feel it a lot more, for sure.
And what part of England again?
Well, I'm from Manchester.
Oh, Manchester United. Let's go. Are you Manchester City?
No, I'm United. Thank God.
I'm about to say, damn, you can't be repping Manchester City, are you? Manchester United.
But okay, so let's go back to that though. Like we're talking about being in LA, and you felt that even when you were younger, growing up there, you still felt like it.
Of course, and for anybody to feel like it wasn't, it popularity to man. I used to have bald, typical bald Asian head, That was just the style back then.
Okay.
I didn't have all this there. It was like shaved off. And, Cost would just come and just, we would just be hanging out at Burger King. And then Cost would just be like, yo, why are you guys here? Like, harass us. And it's like literally 4 p.m. And we're like, we have a basketball with us. And like, we're drinking off like a jug. I mean, like, we fill it up.
Yeah.
And Cost would just be like, what are you doing here? Like, why are you here? And we're like, why we're here?
You buying a burger?
We have a basketball. Obviously, we're playing basketball.
Yeah.
We don't have, so it was just that type of tension there. And I was with teammates that had it to themselves also. I've witnessed that. So, just to say that racism doesn't exist, it would be like delusional.
In America, it's strong. But then again, in the States, people are very aggressive. Don't you think so?
Yeah, I think
they're just aggressive about everything. And apart from like you go to the store, say you go to Trader Joe's, everyone's like, oh hey, like how's your day? Like, everyone's really nice and friendly to you, but yet, on the other sense, people are very aggressive. I don't know.
Yeah, they're like very like, I don't know if it was just me because I was smiling a lot. Like they'll just tell you what to do, and I'll be like, yo, chill, like. I don't know you. Like, I'm trying to keep away from you.
Yeah.
Especially coming from, it's a little bit aggressive. Every time I go back to the States, I have to gradually, like, okay, these are the people I'm dealing with. Okay, finally. Okay, let me get acclimated to you guys real quick.
Yeah, that's true because Filipinos are very friendly and Thais can be very friendly and humble as well, respectful.
Both friendly.
Yeah.
But then you meet them, and then, you go out, you go have a nice time with your friends somewhere, and all of a sudden you see somebody just brash out of nowhere, and you're just like, whoa, okay, like, whoa, let me go over here, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be, you know what I'm saying? They're just a little bit brash, a little bit out there. I mean, I notice it with my friends too. I have tons of friends, and some of them are just like, they're just live wires. And, they're just like guys that are just going to be like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna post this, and people are gonna know that I used to go out all the time whenever I go back home, right? And we used to go to these like clubs, and then some nights are Asian clubs, some nights are whatever. I always go out with these groups of guys, and they know it. When I post it, they're gonna comment on all these posts because they know I'm talking about them. So every time you just brush up on them, you're in a club or a bar, it's going to be kind of tight. It's not like social distancing. You're not going to be far apart from each other. You're going to rub some elbows. You're going to touch. Your drink is going to spill a little bit. That's just part of it, I have some friends, and they know who they are. When they see this, they know who they are. Every time you just brush up on them, it's like a fight.
Oh, no.
I'm just like,
why?
Dude, why? And I'm just like, every time I do that, they look at me like, you already know. You're coming back home to this. Don't be so naive like this is not going to happen. And I'm just like, you're right.
Yeah, I
But
guess, I mean, they're so used to it being like that, and they're so used to having to act that way as well, like kill or be killed sort of thing, you know, like they gotta have that front.
yeah,
Mm.
they gotta have that. And I don't want to say they're just like that. Maybe something happened to them racially, because
True.
somebody could have just talked bad about them before, and they're like, you know what, I let it slide before. I'm not letting it slide anymore.
That's
It
true.
could be some type of racial thing like that, because they get a fight with everybody but Filipino. You know what I'm saying? Like, or anybody but another Asian person. It could be like, yeah, it could be another race, and then they just get rubbed up upon or brushed up upon and feel like it. They go back to
Wow.
that certain time in
It's
their
a
head.
trigger. Yeah.
It's like, oh, I let it pass before. This ain't gonna happen again. Type, So I'm just like, when I get hit in the shoulder, I even say sorry. Sometimes when I'm out and about and then I get brushed up upon, I go, yo, my bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, and then they're just like, no, it's all good. So I know when I repost this, they're gonna be like, man, I can't believe this guy.
Yeah, it was you guys. It was you guys.
You guys, you know who you are. You always want to fight. Why you guys always want to fight?
Yeah,
Until they
just
see
chill
up in an
out.
octagon.
Take it easy.
You know?
Yeah. Learn some martial arts. You never know. You never know when you wake up in an octagon. Learn some martial arts. You're gonna like chill out.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to wake up in an octagon. I don't want to wake up in an octagon.
I don't want to wake up there. That's for sure. That means you've been knocked out there, right? If you wake up, it means you've gone to sleep there. Yes, you don't want that to happen.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the thing when you're training for a fight, you just don't want to be knocked out.
No.
You just don't want. I mean, how do you train? I mean, you used to fight all the time. So how are you? If you were on like, I got to fight in 4 weeks. What's your mind? Your psyche has to be something else.
Yeah, you just like you have to zone into it. Definitely, just zone into it. Gotta kill.
And you gotta go into it as soon as possible, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But and then again, as we were talking about, like fighting outside as well. Like when you do martial arts or when you compete in fighting professionally or even amateur, when you're out on the streets, you don't want to have that trouble. So if you think about it, a lot of martial artists, when they're outside, they don't want to fight because like that's all they're doing in the gyms. So they don't even have to prove themselves. So I really recommend like learning some fights.
They don't want to make anybody look bad.
Yeah,
because you don't want. It's a problem. Like,
and they're a weapon. These hands are a weapon.
Yeah, those. I mean, that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if a guy, you don't want to come across that guy that says, "I don't want to fight," but if you're gonna come at me, I'm gonna do some crazy stuff to you, and you're gonna be down in 5 seconds. So don't do it. Once you hear that, you're just like, okay, cool. Let me buy you a beer.
That's true. That's true.
No, they don't want to fight. They don't. Actually, I mean, fighting is should be the last resort.
And I think like even as an athlete in different sports as well. I mean, because you're always training, you're always exerting all your energy. You don't when you're outside, you just don't want that. You don't want to like push your body to something or risk an injury, or you just want to chill out. Yeah, and like when you're stressed and you exercise, like it releases all of that stress. So that's why you're so chill outside.
Yeah. When I find myself going out, put me at a table far from everybody. Like, just put me on a table far from. Let me just enjoy a couple of drinks with my friends, or usually I have a team guys that I go out with, but usually they're my close circle, which is like my coach, usually my weights coach, the guy that's training for weights, the guys that you're with all the time.
Yeah.
Usually the guys you go out with.
Yeah.
And usually the guys I'm with all the time is like if you're not one of my basketball skills coach Chris Gavina, I'm not. If you're not with my a trainer of mine, because those are the guys that I spent most of my time with, right? So we're just chill. Usually we're just so tired that we just want to
exactly. You're so tired, yeah.
So tired. We just want to eat and we just want to be like, okay, cool. Probably we'll have a couple of drinks just because sometimes when you have a couple of drinks, it makes you go to sleep faster and longer, and you're just like, okay, cool. I need to just shut this body down.
Exactly. Exactly. You just want to relax after a hard week of grinding, basically. Yeah.
Exactly.
For sure.
Exactly.
So, what's the future like for you, Alex? You said you want to go into coaching, and stay in the Philippines? How are you seeing this?
You know, that's a great question. That's a great question. In the blimp year, in the COVID hour. Uh, well, I was thinking about going back home. I have a few businesses here in the Philippines that are, even though in the COVID hour, it's doing okay. It's doing well. I've had this corporation that I'm in, that I've made. We're doing quite well, and you know,
Do you mind? Can I
the
ask what it is?
oh, we do real estate. We have
Okay.
real estate. We have a farm that we're doing. So it's mostly, we started with real estate. We started with small businesses. Real estate was one of the things that we started with. I started with, and then I just branched off to gaming. And after gaming, I branched off to farming,
Awesome.
agriculture, with broiling chickens and chicken broiler. So we're doing that right now, and we're getting into logistics. We're gonna get into logistics pretty soon because that's the wave of things, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Even in the COVID hour, you still need logistics. You still need things that got to get point A to point B, uh, and that's what we're in right now. Even though it's been COVID, I've been doing a lot more of the business side since COVID
That's
happened
good.
because
It's
I
good that
know
you had something to
basketball
do as
happened.
well.
Yeah. And usually when basketball season is going, I'm pretty lasered in into basketball. It's the other physical activities, but since there's no physical activities, the last 75 days, we're just starting up my new logistics with, trucking that we're getting into. And we're going to get into that. We're going to get into like all these logistics, and hopefully after basketball, I want to coach. I want to sit here and tell you to coach because I think that's the politically correct thing for me to say, coach.
Yeah.
But that is the politically correct thing for me to say. And but I don't want to do that in your podcast. I don't want to be politically correct in your podcast.
Okay, you
So
don't need to be. Freedom of speech. Say whatever you want to say.
um, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. But I think I'm just gonna retire. I'm gonna step away from things and just do the business thing and do nothing. Try try to do nothing. Hopefully, try to get my master's degree, and we'll just
In what?
start from education. Education is
Okay.
something that I want to do. So hopefully, start from there.
That's
And
awesome.
just
You're really like branching out into so many different categories, industries.
yeah, basketball. Well, any sport, and you know this from Muay Thai. It's never forever.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's forever. You're one punch away from retiring.
Yeah.
I'm one injury away from maybe retiring. Or it's either you're one contract away from going to another venture. So what I always try to do was every year to consistently try to build and branch out to something else. And with basketball, I branched out here and there, commentating, coaching. But that's not for everyone.
Yeah,
You know,
good.
you want to do something that's more substantial for my family, for the family that I'm going to have, that we could live fruitfully off of it instead of doing the other stuff. And obviously, I want to. That's something I've been looking forward to. And if my basketball career comes to close in the next couple of years, it'll be a nice ride. It'll be a great ride, but it's something that with this whole COVID thing, it's something that you could mentally prepare. I mean, none of the basketball players now, I think 85% of them haven't touched a basketball or shot because all the gyms are closed.
Yeah.
So this is retired life for real.
Yeah.
If you really put, I mean, working out without a basketball and you're a basketball player is really difficult.
Yeah.
I mean, right? It's like in Muay Thai, you can't punch or kick.
Yeah.
Right? You're just working out. You're just
What do we
working out, but you
do?
can't punch or kick.
Yeah.
It's like, where am I at? So it'll be something I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the next chapter, actually.
That's really great to hear. It seems like this COVID time, this lockdown time, you really utilize your time wisely. You're building something. You're being productive, and you're building for the
Yeah,
future as well.
you
It's
got to.
perfect.
You
Yeah.
got to. It's something that I've always, with if this was if we weren't in COVID, I would not have a lot of time to start the whole logistics thing that
Right.
I started. Uh, all the other stuff are. I found time in the course of the whole 15 years. I found time. I had to make time, but this logistics thing is something that the last couple months,
Wow.
is something that's needed. So it's something that I just put 100% of my effort in and my focus. Lasered in that. Most athletes, when they laser in.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, we just like
That's something that athletes are capable of doing. Obviously, in anything, we need guidance. So we need like a certain type. We need to be handled delicately. We need to go into something. But once we're in it we get into that rhythm, it's something that I think most athletes could attest to. That they just laser focus in, and I think they understand. You just laser focus in something, you could actually achieve it. That whole logistic thing is something that's up and coming.
Oh, that's really good. Well done. Good
just
job.
like your podcast. I mean, a year ago, you were telling me you were going to do it. You were kind of on the fence, but then one equipment turned into 2, 3, and then you're just like, what? This is like probably a 20.
Yeah, but I do it like so part-time and so slow. And the thing with my podcast is it was good timing because it was just after my my surgery, my back surgery. So yeah. I couldn't work out. I couldn't do a lot of things that I would usually do in my life. So yeah, just start talking to people is not such a bad thing when you're in that situation.
And you do like yoga stuff online too, right? You do workouts. Also.
So now I'm able to. I'm healed. I'm trying.
So good. It's good. I think it's something that your brand.
Yeah, exactly. My own brand. I'm trying to build on something that works. I mean, I have some followers on my podcast. I have some people who follow my workout. So let's just test the waters and see what works out best.
You have a lot of fans that know that you were a fighter at one point.
Yeah,
and you still are a fighter. So,
yeah, I mean,
you're all over the place.
I'm all over the place.
You're all over the place, girl. Damn.
I'm just happy that I'm healed now and I'm able to like live my life normally again. Like that was I don't know, an experience in itself, And now I'm also doing my master's degree in psychology again. So like as well. So like you said, you don't just focus on the one sport, the one thing that you're doing. You need to try different things. You need to learn different things. Keep your mind open. Always keep developing yourself and things that you can do.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. You know what they say? Ignorance is not cute. Us being ignorant and like it could have been cute when you were a kid or something. Somebody teaches you, but you coming across somebody and you saying, "Oh, I don't know that," is not cute. Get to know it. There's a book. There's internet, there's online, get to know it. Don't be that person that's just like, oh, I don't know nothing about that. I mean, a couple 5-10 minutes of reading into it and doing some research on it. Maybe you would like to know about it or get to know it, but it's never cute just to be like, oh, I don't know that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, well, that's a perfect place to end now. Do you we've kind of clarified, like, okay, you were doing your basketball thing and now you're branching out into all these different industries and developing yourself. So I really want the people to watch, people who are watching and people who are listening to really take that message and we don't have to be perfect at just one thing. We can branch out, we can develop, we can be better at and good at lots of different things, and that really strengthens us as a person, our character and who we are.
Yep. Perfectly said. Thank you for letting me be on your first Zoom podcast.
I was nervous, but yeah, okay. Thank you to Alex, and thank you everyone for listening to my podcast. Please subscribe. Oh, by the way, how can people follow you?
Oh, you guys could, all the followers of Jade, just at Cabagnot.
I'll plug it in.
She'll plug it in. She'll do all that stuff. You can follow some of my stuff there. It's not like real serious content. It's just, just for fun, And hopefully I could see you guys there, and hopefully we could interact there.
All right, everyone. Thanks.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Bye.